So last time, I showed you how to run PHP code and how to navigate between pages. In this part, what I'm going to show you is how to design a database. So what a database does is it stores all the data that a website uses. First, you start with identifying the objects that you want to define. So, in this case, what I need is users and videos. I'm going to start with defining the properties of a video. So, a video has to have a title. Next, it has to have a description. We also have to know the user who uploaded the video. And it would also be nice to know the date that the video was uploaded. Now, this video has to exist somewhere, so what I need is the file path of the video. And the video will also have a thumbnail, so I need the file path to the thumbnail image. Now, this is the basic properties which I need. Let's say that I have a video which has the following properties. And let's also say that I have another video which has the following properties. Now, take a look at the records for a moment. So, the first one here, video 1, has the description of this and this. The second one also has the title of video 1, but the description is this and this, which is a different value from this and this. Now here's the problem. One video may possibly have the same title as another video, like this and this. How do I distinguish between this video, which has a different set of properties, and this video, which has the same title but a different set of properties? So for this, the solution is actually rather easy. What I have to do is just assign a unique ID for each video. So the video ID property here is the primary key. So what is a primary key? Well, basically, it's something that uniquely identifies a row of records. For example, the ID of 1 is linked to these records here, and the ID of 2 is linked to these records here. Now, you should always have a primary key. There will always be a need to distinguish one row of records, like this, from another row of records like this. Note also that the columns do not repeat. For example, there is only one video ID, one title, one description, one uploader, one date uploaded, one path to the video file, and one path to the thumbnail file. These columns each represent one unique piece of data. So that should be everything for the videos. Now, moving on to the users. First off, there has to be a primary key, much like the video ID here. So let's call it user ID. Next, a user has to have a username, and of course a user needs a password. Note that the videos table here and the users table here are linked by the user ID. So the user ID would be the uploader, and the user IDs come from this field here in the users table. Note again that for the users table, the fields do not repeat. So there's only one user ID, one username, and one password. Now, let's say that what I wanted was this. Let's say that what you wanted was for the user to have a primary username and a secondary one as well. Now, you might think this here is a username, and so is this. So they're duplicates, right? Well, according to the database class that I took in college, that would probably be true. Here's my opinion. Well, let's say that what I wanted was for a user to have exactly two usernames, a primary one and a secondary one, and no more, no less, just those two. Now, using that logic, this username here, the alternate one, and the primary one, while they are both usernames, they are not the same username, so they are different. So based on that logic, this and this are not duplicates. But then again, that's just me. Anyways, as far as users are concerned, I want a user ID, one single username, and a password. What I'm going to do now is create these tables in mysql. So, first what I'm going to do is make the database. I'm also going to check if the database does not exist already. And if it does exist, then I'm just going to erase it and then recreate it again. Now that I've done that, what I can do is start to create the tables. First though, I have to select the database, the one which I've just created. I'm going to start with the users table. The first property that I'm going to make is the primary key. Now, when creating a property, there are three things that you need. First, you have the name of the property, then the data type, which, much like a variable, is basically what kind of data the property will hold. In this case, what I want is the user ID to be a string. And this right here is basically a string, and this here specifies the maximum number of characters. Then you specify this here, which is basically whether or not you want the field to be able to be blank. Not null means that the field cannot be blank. And that's what I'm going to do for all the fields. Alright, so now the next field that I want to make is the username. And finally, I'm going to create the field for the password. And that's the table for the users. Now, I'm going to make the table for the videos. Once again, I'm going to start with the primary key. Then, I'm going to move on to the title. Then, the description. Then, the uploader. Then, the date uploaded. Then, the path to the video file. And finally, the path to the thumbnail image. Now, what I'm going to do is run this SQL code. For my setup, this is how I do it. So, that was the basics of how to design a database and how to create a database with MySQL. Next part, what I'll be showing you is how to run SQL queries in PHP. Oh, you're still here. Hold on. Hello.
Hey buddy, Taxman here. You owe me $10,000. Pay up now or I'm gonna have you arrested, pal.
Yeah. Sure you are. Now leave me alone. Anyways, where was I?
Police, open up.
I think I might be in trouble. I'm gonna need your help right about now. So, you made it right to the end. You must have liked the video, right? So, maybe, like this video and subscribe to my channel. That would be nice. Anyways, if you will excuse me, I think I have to go to jail now.